my name is Danielle and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a tier ranking of every single TV show I watched in 2023. I have my computer with me right here. I made a tier ranking list. I feel like this year I didn't do as many TV show review full videos on my channel because the strike happened for literally the majority of the year. In solidarity with the WGA and SAG, I did not make any videos on anything movie, television, film related that had come out. We're just gonna get right into it because there's a bunch of TV shows I need to talk about. First here at the bottom is I Can Snooze, which is a play on words to SZA's song I Can't Snooze When I'm With You, because I thought that was kind of funny. Basically just shows I thought were boring, like bottom tier, didn't get a lot of love, didn't deserve a lot of love, that type of stuff. Oh, That's Not, which is from the most iconic pop culture moment in my opinion. It shows that I had expectations for that they didn't hit. It shows that aren't boring, but they're not oh, that's not, it didn't give, you know what I mean? So that's what that tier is. The next tier is Yes, Give Me Nothing. It's a tier that's very meh, okay, you gave me nothing. I watched you. You were decent, you were okay. You didn't give me anything. Next tier is Yes, because Yes! You're the shows that, Yes, I enjoyed you. You were good. You gave me what I needed to get. And last but certainly not least is My Roman Empire, which is a show I can't not talk about. I need to tell everyone to watch. It became my new personality trait, all those types of fun things. So we're gonna get right into it, starting off with Ginny and Georgia. Season 2 came out. I actually did make a video about this. I'm gonna put Ginny and Georgia in Yes, Give Me Nothing. I'm not a big Ginny and Georgia fan already, but I watched the season. I think I liked it more than season 1, so yes, Give Me Nothing. Next is a show I feel like nobody knows about. It's The Company You Keep. I watched the show literally just because Milo Ventimiglia is in the show, and I love Milo Ventimiglia. I've been a Milo Ventimiglia fan since I was literally a kid, and this just ended last year, and he was in the show, and I do love me a good cable television sitcom. So I watched the show. There was some deaf representation in it. If you know me, if you watch this channel, you know I really love seeing deaf representation in film and television, and I enjoyed it, but it was not giving. It was fun, but they didn't get picked up for season 2, and rightfully so, you know what I mean? So for that, I give you Oh, That's Not, because it wasn't boring. I did watch the whole entire first season, but it didn't give. And next up is You Season 4. You Season 4 went through the terrible experience I call Netflix's Part 2 release. I think it was the first show I watched with the Part 2 release. I don't like that, and I'm coming out with a video I'll say about that very soon. You Season 4 tried to do so much in one season and it just didn't land very well. The first part I don't even really remember. The second part I remember just being a lot of mess. I remember the season ending and I was very confused. Just so much stuff was happening. I just didn't really understand what was going on. Definitely a season I would have to rewatch to fully understand and binge watch it, but I don't really have a desire to binge watch it because it wasn't very good. I'm gonna put You Season 4 in Oh, That's Not. It was a disappointment. I have to be so honest, it was a disappointment. I'm hoping season 5 redeems it. Next up is Daisy Jones and the Six. I did make a whole video about it. I loved the book. I don't think I enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed the book, but I did really like Daisy Jones and the Six. I remember being on Twitter. It was a moment on Twitter. The drama, the songs. I experienced a lot of fun with this show, I think. So I am gonna put Daisy Jones and the Six in Yes! Next up is Swarm. Swarm was interesting. I didn't love Swarm. I watched it. I didn't really talk much about it. Everyone was talking about it on Twitter. It took me a minute to actually get to it, and it was honestly really disgusting. It was just a lot of gruesome, disgusting stuff, creepy stuff that happened in the show. I'm gonna put Swarm in Oh, That's Not. Next up is Love Is Blind Season 5. This is the season with Tiffany and Brett, with Kwame and Chelsea. This was a season. I remember the Seattle season. There was a lot of drama with this one. I enjoyed her, and I love Tiffany and Brett. Bliss and what's his name? So I'm gonna give them a yes, because yes, I enjoyed it. It gave me what I needed to give. Next up is Beef. I enjoyed it very much. But then allegations came out about a certain cast member. It didn't do much about that. So because of that, Yes, Give Me Nothing. Actually, I'm gonna put Beef in Oh, That's Not, because that's not right. Oh, that's not right. Y'all shouldn't have handled it the way you did. You should have handled it better. It took away from the beauty that was the show. Next up is Jury Duty. I loved Jury Duty so much. It was the sweetest show ever. I loved Ronald. I loved Ron. He was so cute. He was the sweetest dude. And the show was so funny. Jury Duty will be the first show that goes up in my Roman Empire. I love that show. I think about it so often. I need to literally rewatch it. Like, I enjoyed it so much. Next up is Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story. I made a whole video about this show, so if you want to hear all of my thoughts and feelings about it, please go watch that video. So I'm not going to get too into it, but I'm definitely putting this in my Roman Empire. It was a moment. If you've watched my channel, I think at all really, you would know that I'm a big Bridgerton girl. My Bridgerton video was not my first, my second TV review that I ever posted on this channel. Obviously, we didn't get a season 3 for Bridgerton this year, but we got Queen Charlotte, and it was everything I needed and more. I think I've watched Queen Charlotte a total of like 4 times this year, which is kind of embarrassing because it came out in May, so like, whoa, it's really good. Next up is XO Kitty. Another thing, if you know me, you know I love To All the Boys. This was a fun experience. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would, but I did really enjoy it, so I'm gonna put her in Yes, Give Me Nothing. Like, I watched her, I enjoyed her. I'm excited for season 2, if we are getting season 2. Next up is Selling Sunset season 6. I watched Selling Sunset. I've been a Selling Sunset girl since day 1. It's enjoyable, but the drama's been starting to get annoying. I'm gonna put this in I Can Snooze because I'm pretty sure I watched these seasons of Selling Sunset solely because the strike was happening and there was really nothing else to watch. Next up is The Summer I Turned Pretty season 2. This is something that I was going to make a video about because I made a season 1 video, but the strike started literally right as the first episode of season 2 came out, so I could not. But if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really enjoy it. I am a Team Jeremiah girl, so like I should have enjoyed it. Really tired and bored of the whole who is Belly choosing thing. I'm not a Conrad girl, as y'all know, and so the way he treated Belly at her prom, it all makes me very mad. One thing I will say is I absolutely loved Belly's prom dress. If I was gonna go to a prom again, I would wear that dress. It was so beautiful. It makes me so sad it was custom made, but like, oh my gosh, I love that dress so much. I tried to read the second book of the Summer I Turned Pretty series and I didn't enjoy it, so I think that's part of the reason why I didn't enjoy this season. Excited but also not excited for season 3 because I know that Conrad Girlie is gonna be enjoying that. I will be putting the Summer I Turned Pretty season 2 in Yes, Give Me Nothing. Next up is Heartstopper season 2. Heartstopper is truly one of my favorite shows ever. I literally love it so much. It is just the most wholesome, kind, and sweet show ever. It makes me so happy to watch. I love the whole entire cast. Charlie and Nick are literally my favorites, and I love them. I love Nick. I love Kit Connor. I'm actually a really big Kit Connor fan. Like, I don't know. He plays Nick so well. Elle and Tao, and I love the whole entire cast. I don't think it was my Roman Empire, but it definitely was a what? Yes! Next up is Outer Banks season 3. So I did make a video about this. I am definitely going to put it in I Can Snooze. Wasn't giving what I think it should have gave. Big John just kind of ruined the whole season for me. Like, he kind of didn't need to come back. He didn't add anything good to the season. So I wish they had like used him better or just not used him at all, if that makes sense. And I'm not really excited for season 4. Next up is Succession season 4. I don't think I've ever talked about Succession on my channel before. Love Succession. Like, it is truly one of my favorite shows ever. It's such a good show. This season, there were a lot of gags. Episode 3 will truly go down in history as a gag of an episode because I truly don't have the words. I remember watching that episode because I almost didn't watch it like when it aired live. I didn't watch it like the next day or something, but I was like, you know what? No, I kind of want to watch this episode. And so I went and I watched it. And I remember I literally was just like, the whole entire time because I was like, there's no way, there's literally no way, like there's no, like there's no way. I think I rewatched it like a couple days after because I was like, no, like there's just no way that actually really happened. Like, I was in so much disbelief. And I remember the episode after, I was like, no, he's gonna come back. No, yeah, she was the moment. She's definitely up there as one of my Roman Empires. So good. If you don't already watch Succession, if you haven't watched Succession, you should. Next up is Scandal. I started watching Scandal this year. I don't really remember when. I'm up to season 5, I believe. I've taken a couple breaks from it. I loved Scandal. It's so good. Olivia Pope, President Fitz. Oh, I love it. I am a big Tony Goldwyn fan. I think he's a great actor. He's Hollywood royalty, actually, but I love him. Like, he's a good actor. Scandal, you gave me so much good. I think I watched it mostly during the strike. They fed me very well. I enjoyed myself very much. So I'm gonna put them in well, yes, because well, yes! Next up is the Beckham documentary series. I love the sports documentary. I think I've watched most of the sports documentaries on Netflix. Like, I love a good sports documentary. The Last Dance, ooh, I ate that up so much in 2020. Loved Beckham. I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. I think they're just like really interesting. I like the way that they both have their own endeavors and what they do and what they're famous for, but they're also kind of like little power couple. And I also just really like learning all about them. Like, I like learning learning about David Beckham's career. Really enjoyed that, and I'm gonna put that in well yes, because well yes. Next is the 7th season of Selling Sunset. I think this past season was a bit more fun than the last. There was the Cabo moment. I'm gonna give an oh that's not, because it wasn't boring. It wasn't yes give me nothing. It was just oh that's not. Next is Love is Blind season 6. This one completely, totally, absolutely going into I Can't Snooze. That was not giving. Houston, you let us down. One couple got married. It was a mess. I didn't enjoy it. This man told this girl he didn't like her no more because she wore makeup. He was once to be saying something about someone else's appearance. Look in the mirror before you speak. That's all I have to say about that. Next up is Never Have I Ever season 4. Loved this season. It was so much growth. It was so much change. If you've been on my channel for a little bit, you know that I graduated from high school this year. I was a 2023 senior. Anything graduation related did make me a little bit emotional, hit me close to home because I was experiencing it. And Never Have I Ever was one of those shows because I remember watching Never Have I Ever when it started my freshman year of high school, and seeing Davy go through her grief and figuring out who she was and all her relationship drama and their awkward stages and her relationship with her mom and her family. I just loved being able to watch her grow. Davy just reminded me so much of like how much you learn and how much you grow during those 4 years of high school. They go by so quickly, so quickly. It's so special. That is something that matters a lot to me. So I love Never Have I Ever season 4. I am putting that in well yes because it was my Roman Empire, but it was really good and I did really enjoy it. The next show is Sweet Magnolia season 3. I love this show so much. Immediately it's in my Roman Empire. Immediately it's in my Roman Empire. It was just so much fun. I love Sweet Magnolias. I've loved it since it came out. I haven't ever really talked about it on my channel before. It's so good. It's so sweet. It's like the most wholesome show ever, but it's also like full of so much drama. I love me a little small town TV show. Like I'm always gonna eat it up. It is my Roman Empire. I talk about it as much as I possibly can. I'm probably gonna rewatch that show because it actually brings me so much joy and happiness into my life. Next up is Bel Air. Bel Air is immediately going in yes give me nothing, because I feel like Bel Air season 2 truly was the definition of yes give me nothing because nobody was talking about it. I remember season 1 everyone was talking about Bel Air this, Bel Air, and I was like, okay, let me go watch this, and it was good and I enjoyed it. And season 2, crickets. I remember the storyline being interesting, not interesting enough that I enjoyed it heavily. There was a lot of fighting between Will and Uncle Phil. Carlton was going through something that was crazy. I don't know if I really loved any of the storylines, and that might be part of the reason why this is giving yes give me nothing, but I was like wasn't the biggest fan of season 2 and no one was talking about it, so it also didn't make me like it even more. Next up is Ugly Betty. This is another show that I was watching this year. It was really fun. I just like loved Ugly Betty. It was a great show. I never finished it because I just like got a little bit bored of it, so for that reason I'm gonna put it in yes give me nothing, but please know it's actually much better than half of these shows on here. It's just I never finished it. Next up is One Tree Hill, and immediately this is going in well yes. This show has so much drama, so much tea. It kept me on my toes. It made me angry. It made me sad. It made me happy. It made me laugh. I'm still watching it. I'm on season 8 episode, I want to say 4 or 5 or something. I do feel like after Lucas and Peyton leave, it's like not as good. I love Haley and Nate. They're so cute. I love Jamie Scott. He's so cute and he's one of my favorite characters. And next up is The Gilded Age. I just watched this show and I'm gonna put it up in I'm gonna put it in my Roman Empire actually. I really enjoyed this show. I literally finished it 2 days ago, I think. But it's so good. I didn't really hear much about season 1, or maybe I didn't, I just ignored it, but it's so good. I love a period piece. It gave me everything I needed for a period piece. It filled me up. I love Marion so much. I love the Russells. I love Bertha. I love George. I love Gladys and I love Larry. And I love Miss Ada. I think it's so fun. I think it's so good. I feel like it does not talk about that much. And I love Miss Peggy Scott and Mr. Fortune. Ooh, so excited for season 3. Like I'm literally just like waiting, itching. I know season 2 literally just ended, but I need season 3 like now. Next up is All American season 5. And y'all know me, it's always gonna be well yes. The death was unnecessary. The death was so sick and so foul and broke my heart. Put me in emotions I never thought I'd experience for a TV show. It was too much. So much love happened this season. I got Jordan and Layla, which is something I have wanted for so long. Like I'm actually cheesing so hard. That's like all I have to say. I enjoyed it a lot. It just makes me so happy and I'm so excited for season 6. I love All American. If you didn't know that, it's truly so good. Like well yes. Another Another show that I watched this year was Game of Thrones. Actually so good. It was so interesting. It's taken me years to watch the show. I'm actually on season 5, so I'm not even done yet. But I'm gonna put Game of Thrones in well yes, because once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. I watched the show really because I wanted to understand what the Red Wedding was. It still breaks my heart to this day now that I know what the Red Wedding is. I remember when the show was coming out, the Red Wedding was the one thing I heard so many people talk about. Red Wedding this, Red Wedding that. If that's the only thing I watched the show for, that is what I want it to be. I thought it was gonna be later on in the show. It was much earlier than I expected it to be. It gagged me. Oh, it gagged me bad. I had to rewatch it like right after I watched it because I was like, no, that didn't just actually happen. No, that didn't just actually happen. Because it was a lot of my favorite characters and I was really not ready to say goodbye. Like, I just remember I was so gagged and I'm just being so sad, and I was just like, because truly Game of Thrones, what I like to call it's tits and blood. Like, it's so gory, so MA, so much is always going on. It was really disgusting and really red. They said Red Wedding for a reason. But I love Game of Thrones. Khaleesi, that's my girl. And Arya Stark, like, that's my girl. I love the Stark family. Love the show. Like, I actually really enjoy that show. Next up is All American Homecoming season 2. This is another, well, yes, Lando came back in this season. I like Lando a lot. There was so much that happened this season and I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Next up is The Mayor season 2. And immediately my Roman Empire. I talk about it so much. Sydney and Carmi, they mean a lot to me. I need something from them. I need something, because the scene where Carmi's like, I wouldn't want to do this with anyone but you, and y'all trying to tell me they're not meant to be together? Like, that's not a platonic soulmate. That's a soulmate. That's a soulmate. Period. I don't remember her name, Rachel, Grace, whatever his little girlfriend was this season. I don't care about her. It's Sydney and Carmi down. Marcus, back up. Cousin, I love you. Cousin, I love you. I love you so much. And Sugar, I love you too. I love you all. Sydney and Carmi forever. You cannot tell me that that scene under that damn table and all of these writers of The Bear season 3, you know what everyone wants and needs. Give me Sydney and Carmi, please. Next up is High School Musical, the musical, the series. Season 4, the last and final season. Again, it is My Roman Empire. It was another show that I watched from my freshman year of high school until my senior year of high school. Went through the exact same time, class of 2023. You know how it be. I love Sophia Wiley. She's just like someone I think is so cool, and I would love to like have a whole conversation with her because I think she's just like so pretty and so talented. Her scene in the last episode basically tells Ricky that she loves him, and they're like having their senior year moment, and they're all about to go their separate ways. Truly like made me cry. I think the last 15 to 30 minutes of that show, I literally was just like sobbing. It was so much emotion for me, having like just finished my senior year of high school, preparing to leave to start college, away from my family, away from my friends, away from everything I knew. It made me so emotional. The whole feeling of like a chapter of your life closing is so sad. It encapsulated how I felt so much. There's just so much that happens, I feel like, your senior year. The experiences that you have then, it made me really emotional. I cannot recommend that show enough. If you liked Glee, go watch that show. Like, it's so fun. It's so funny. The music is cute. It's a moment. Like, just go watch it. I know there were haters. I was a hater, but like literally go watch it. It's actually so fun. Last but certainly not least is Ted Lasso season 3. Of course, My Roman Empire broke me. I did cry at the end because things were happening that I wasn't happy about. I love Ted Lasso. It's one of my favorite shows. It's a comfort show. It means a lot to me. I just hate that it ended. It makes me sad. Roy Kent. I love Roy Kent for forever and ever and ever. Sam Obisanya. The episode where his dad comes broke me. I cried. I love Jamie Tart. I loved Jamie Tart so much more this season. It is so good, and we definitely deserve more seasons. I also watched The Buccaneers. I forgot to add it on to here. I would put it in the yes, give me nothing category. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. Those are all the shows I watched. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of me just babbling. Loved the TV that I consumed this year. I'm so excited for next year and all that's to come. And I hope you guys have an amazing and happy and safe new year. I will see you guys in 2024 with so many more videos and so much more content to come. So I love you. I'll see you later. Bye. Mwah.
Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep.